In 1819, Congress passed the Act to Protect the Commerce of the United States and punish the crime of piracy. That act said that anyone who committed the crime of piracy, as defined by international law, could be sentenced to death. But was piracy sufficiently and constitutionally defined in the act? The United States Supreme Court faced this question in the early piracy case of United States versus Smith. Thomas Smith, a United States citizen, was a crew member on the Creollo, an armed ship commissioned by the Buenos Aires government. Eventually, Smith and some of the other crew members mutinied and abandoned the Creollo. Then they seized another ship called the Irresistible and robbed a Spanish ship on the high seas, which is a more formal term for international waters. Shortly after returning to the United States, Smith was charged with piracy and stood trial in the United States Circuit Court for the District of Virginia. At the close of trial, the jury returned a special verdict, concluding that if Smith's conduct was piracy under the 1819 Act, then he was guilty as charged. Because the Act defined piracy by reference to international law, the question was whether Smith's conduct was piracy under international law and therefore punishable under the Act. The Circuit Court certified that question to the United States Supreme Court. There, Smith argued that piracy was insufficiently and unconstitutionally defined in the Act, failing to give notice of exactly what conduct would violate the Act.